stop praying when your problem is not solving. You've been praying hardly, giddy, 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 but nothing is changing. Guys, you have to do something because there is something behind. Every church program you go, every church meeting you go, you pay tithe, you do everything in the church, still yet your problem is not solved. There is something you have to do. Let's see something in the Bible. 1 Samuel 1 verse 11. It says, Hannah made a solemn promise. Almighty Lord, look at me, your servant. See my troubles and remember me. Don't forget me. If you give me a son, I promise that I will dedicate him to you for his whole life and that he will never have his hair cut. He will never have his hair cut. Hannah was a first wife to Elkanah. So it got to a time Hannah did not give birth. So Elkanah sat and realized that he has to marry a second wife. The second wife came. She has been able to give birth. But Hannah did not give birth. It got to a time the second wife was now upsetting Hannah just because Hannah could not give birth. Guys, it wasn't easy for Hannah. It got to a time Hannah could not even sit with them and eat because the second wife was upsetting Hannah. Hannah was very sad and he was crying. Hannah was not comfortable. Anytime Hannah would sit with them, he has to cry and go out. So one day, Hannah was sitting with them in the dining hall. So she was sad. Hannah was sad. The husband asked, Hannah, why are you not eating? Haven't I been important to you than having children? But Hannah could not say anything. The second wife upsetting Hannah just because the Lord made Hannah a childless. So Hannah prayed and prayed hard. Who knows the years Hannah began this prayer? Hannah prayed every time, every night, every day because of the problem. What kind of prayer Hannah was praying? This is what we will ask ourselves. What kind of prayer I am praying in time of problem? I may say Hannah was praying, oh, Lord, forgive me. Lord, please give me a child. Do this for me. Lord, this may be the prayer of Hannah. Hannah may be praying so. Lord, why me? Why this? Why that? Why my life is miserable? This were the prayer of Hannah. And this is what nowadays Christians are praying. Telling you, it is not easy to pray. Know how to pray. But Hannah got to realize that what I'm doing is nonsense. What I'm doing is nonsense. He realized it. He got to the temple and one man was sitting by named Eli. And this man was sitting nearby the gate of the temple. So Hannah was there praying. And this man watched Hannah, don't know what to say. But he thought Hannah was drunk. He thought Hannah was drunk because Hannah was not praying outside. He was not praying loudly, but praying silently. So he tried stopping Hannah. Oh, stop that, your drunkenness. Oh, it is not even good for you to be drinking. That was the words. He was upsetting Hannah. So Hannah stopped and said, I have never been drunk before. I never drink. Do you think I am a wordless woman? That is the words he offers to Hannah. Sorry, to Eli. But what Hannah realized is he now know the kind of prayer the Lord want. And that is where he said in the 1 Samuel 1 verse 11, saying that, promising you, when you give me a son, I will give him to you. This was a wonderful promise. It was a wonderful promise. So what the Lord wants is to promise onto our problems. You've been praying hardly. You've been praying, but things are not changing, and you're still praying. What kind of Christian are you? Promise our God, He will do it. Mind you, put your faith strong when you promise God. When you have faith, God will make it through your faith. Don't forget your faith. So the faith was there. Hannah didn't make it like, give me a son, I will give you dollars, I will give you CDs. So a lot of things. He knew very well that what we have, God don't want that. But what he has, guys, so what he is giving to us is what we are supposed to give to him. He gave us our heart. He is the same God that requests for our heart, saying that when the world is turning this way, Christian has to also turn, not to be the same Christian. God sleep. Why are you sleeping? God never rests. Why are you resting? Hannah promised meeting very successfully. And mind you, the promise is not just a little. He gave her what will satisfy her. He gave her Samuel. And Samuel was not just a man, but he became a great person. He became a great person. He came and ruled. It wasn't just Samuel. These are the things we should be doing as Christians. Do as Hannah did. I know it is not easy, but that is part of our life. This is your word. Promise your God. Not every day. Yes, that one is good, but it's not something you should depend on. Still, when you are in problem, shadow, rakabalado shade, lego shada. Yes, it is wonderful. You speak the language the heaven angels will hear. You speak the language the demon never want to listen. It is good for that. But you are still in a problem. Problem. You still want to be in that language. You don't want to test your faith. You don't want to test your faith. Promise. That is where God can deeply see your faith. Hannah promised and win what she was looking for. Don't run after a programs, pastor to a pastor, prophet to prophet, all night to all night, just because of a program. It is within you. What are you doing about that? Do something. If you can ask Hannah, how many pastors you run after? If you can ask Hannah, how many prophets you run after? Maybe you may not finish counting them. Asking Hannah the programs you went, my dear, you may not finish counting them. But one thing that makes Hannah good, you and I have to do that. You and I have to watch this and go by that. Nobody will solve our problems for us. Nobody. Thank you guys. My name is Dom Daniel. Like my videos, subscribe my videos, and share my videos. Anytime I upload my video, it should be coming to you straight. I love you all. God bless you. Mind you, I'm going to be uploading my videos on Sundays and Mondays. Follow me every week. God bless you. God bless you. Amen.